what makes a living being different from dull matter is consciousness. Like you will see, the dead matter cannot budge an inch without being touched upon by some living spirit. Like a table or a chair, you cannot move it from one place to another unless a living spirit comes and encounters it. Therefore, if a living being is responding like dead matter, he is called as living dead. What is he called? Living dead. Who is called living dead in the Srimad Bhagavatam? It says that the tree, which may be standing for 3,000 or 5,000 years also, although Lord Krishna came and gave Bhagavad Gita and went, Buddha came and spoke Buddhism and went, Jesus came and spoke Bible and went, isn't it? Many have come and spoken and gone. Muhammad came and spoke Quran and went, and the tree is just standing there. It doesn't have any tangible change of heart standing there. And all the trees, they are just born and they live and they die without any change of consciousness, isn't it? So in the same manner, if a human being, he does not pay heed to the spiritual message of the scriptures, but continues to live his life, eat, drink and be merry, such a person is called as living dead. He is living, yet he is dead to spiritual life. Correct, no? So somebody may say, how do you say I am living dead? Don't you say I am breathing? Somebody may say. So in response to that, Bhagavatam says, even the bellows of a blacksmith are also making similar sounds. You've seen that blacksmith, that fellow, like that he does. You've seen that? What about that? That is also breathing. Don't think only you are breathing. He says, hey, how can you say? Am I like bellows of a blacksmith? He's saying, don't you see, I am marrying a woman and I am begetting children, I am living in a house. Don't you see these things? Then the Bhagavatam says, don't you see the village dog? That is also having a she-dog and it is producing a dozen puppies in 1 year. You can only produce one. That is producing dozen puppies and it is roaming around. Is he not living, having, a female dog and puppy dogs? Don't be very proud of your having a family and child. So Bhagavatam is very strong about this. That if some human being is living, but he is not paying attention to the goal of life, meaning of life, purpose of life. So what is he called as? Living dead. He is breathing, but his breathing is simply useless because his life, at the end of his life, he is just quitting the world like cats and dogs. He is not doing anything purposefully. This is where he began his life. This is where he quits his body. From this point to this point, there is no heart transformation. All his life is later. Kava piyo, maja karo, bas, maro. That's his life. So he is called as living dead. Jivan api mrito hi saha. Bhagavatam says, Negayat karma dharmaya na viragaya kalpate na tirtha pada sevaya jivan api mrito hi saha. This is the verse where the word comes. Living dead. He says, Negayat karma dharmaya. If you are doing studies in your college and then you take up some kind of karma, some work, that work gradually should bring you to what? Nekayat karma dharmaya. It should make you a dharmic person. Now you all are studying in college. But very soon you see the other boys doing all nonsensical activities and you are fed up. And then you go to temple and you seek from the saintly persons. How the whole world is doing wrong activities. What is right activity? You inquire. Atato brahmajnana. And then you get the truth and you start walking the path of dharma. That's what he's saying. Neha yat karma dharmaya. And then na viragaya kalpate, he says. And if some boy is saying that I am following religion, dharma, but there is no visible change in his character and behavior. There are many people who put some chandan kumkum, go to temple, ring the bell. Many of them go with their girlfriends also to temple, isn't it? And then they go to movies also. They go to parties also. they do both sinful activities also and going to temple also. So that means no viraga. Vairagya is not there. So then he says, what is the use of your religious activities? The vairagya is not produced. Vairagya means what? Giving up those activities which are not favorable for Krishna consciousness. Like you all are following. No illicit sex, no meat eating, no intoxication, and no gambling. This is vairagya. One should give up these activities. So that means a person who is doing karma should practice dharma. A person who is practicing dharma should attain vairagya. And then one who is practicing vairagya, freedom from dirty activities, and then engaging in chanting, then what he will do? Tirthapada sevayai. Then he will become attracted to devotees' lifestyle. Then he will want to bow down to the Lord, circumambulate the Lord, chant the holy name, read Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and then develop a loving attraction for the personality of Godhead. And then the result of this series of steps is that he ends up becoming a beautiful devotee of the Lord. And if it doesn't happen, what it says, Jivannapi mrito hi saha. Yes, he is living, walking, going, coming, but he is dead without these things, without the development of these things, like that he says. So in your life, you are all doing some karma, student karma or working karma, something you are doing. Then you picked up dharma, you picked up dharmic lifestyle, moral lifestyle, religious lifestyle. Then you developed good habits and gave up your bad habits. Now you are chanting Hare Krishna, now you are meeting devotees. One thing you should take utmost care is, in this current lifestyle status, you are coming from animal life to human life. How? By following 4 regulative principles. And human life to spiritual life. How? By chanting Hare Krishna. So you got now double promotion now. From animal life to human life and human life to divine life. But the divine life is a higher potential. For you to hold yourself on this platform, you have to be always alert. Wake up in the morning, come together with devotees, chant, dance, and read the books. Keep yourself very pure. If you are not careful, one can again fall back to, back to simple human life and animal life. One can fall back. So in order for us not to fall back, we are practicing Krishna consciousness. Then one is not living dead. Then one is only living. Because real life is spiritual life. Real consciousness is Krishna consciousness. So this is the Bhagavatam's verdict. And you can see so many people are going in the streets, walking, going, coming. But they're living like cats and dogs. Because you can see they're roaming with them and they're smoking cigarette, drinking liquor, dying one day, not knowing where are they going. So not only we should come to human life and spiritual life, we should also preach to those suffering souls and try to bring them to Krishna's lotus feet. That would be a greater service than oneself practicing nicely. So the chanting of the holy name is actually like loading yourself with bullets. So strengthen your inner mechanisms. And then when you go out in the outside world, you can shoot all the materialism and then wake up the sleeping souls and bring them to Krishna. Harinam Prabhu ki. Let's offer our humble obeisances and to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like desert trees, ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrinda ki, Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki.